I see stars! I see heaven! I see great future ahead, and I can travel to the future. Boom! I am from the future. I'm here to save you. But, you know, what am I doing here? I'm talking about imagination. You know? So many of us, adults, I'm adult too, so when we get to that age, we stop imagining a lot of great things that it can be developed. So we have all this great they call it the creative faculty, right? And so school being this to the point that we lose our right hemisphere while school deal with the left hemisphere, right? And you say, when you start to imagine daydreaming, and people and the teacher be like, hey, stop daydreaming, pay attention to me. What? You know, Bruce Lee stuff. But anyway, the funny thing is, when it comes to imagination, daydreaming, you know, Albert Einstein daydream, right? That's how he developed his theory, general. I think what was this? Special general theory. The theory of general relativity, right? Where he imagined, he's daydream a lot, you know, in school. But when it comes to people being, when it comes to people say, you know, adults are like mature, and if adults act in a way that's not adult or mature-ish, I don't even know what people call it mature. And then when you act out of, they call it immature. No, it's called having fun. Why? You can't let them loose a little while? Why can't you? Why? You have to. I'm adult now. Now, I'm not saying whether adult or bad or not. You know, adults, you know, I have friends that are authors, and what they say is right. You know, we tend to, adults take responsibility, but you know, we, like Jerome says, you know, people lose the part of the imagination. Like, they don't have, they're too rigid in their thinking. You know, they don't imagine a lot of things. They forgot. You know, for me, I always imagine things, even if people think it's crazy. You know, I always imagine that I travel from the future. I came from the future and into the past, and that's or the present, and I save people or stuff like, you know, the future, the four horsemen, you know, war, death, and stuff like that. It's fun when you get to imagine the thing that you want to imagine, right? And it's fun. You don't have to draw, you don't have to color or stuff like that, but you can use your brain to imagine a lot of things. But out of that imagination, you can create ideas, right? You can create ideas and bring them to life and make them into the physical form. Like, let's say one day you imagine that you want to be able to cosplay. Let's say you want to cosplay, using an example, cosplay like Star Wars and something like that, act it out in your reality. Who cares? You gotta, you know, that's why they have people who do I don't know what they call it, but they do have adults where they dress in like fantasy with fantasy swords and stuff like that. And we cast those people out and said they're weird. No, not really. They're more they're more authentic, if you think about it. They're more themselves. So many of us stop being ourselves. We say, oh, just be you, but we stop expressing who we are. It's about expression, you know. Right now I'm expressing who I'm. Like, I'm telling you that, you know, I have a great imagination when it comes to imagining like superpower, or like Goku, Gohan, or like traveling to the future or the past, and you know, stuff like that, because it's cool. I mean, I don't want to be jaded by the adult world where they don't imagine a lot of things. So today, we don't have to be an artist, but I believe that artists are more creative, and yes, it's because they were developed. Some are not developed, and some they said have talent, but either way, today I want to say, you gotta let loose of your mind, your creative faculty that you always have. Imagine great things. Imagine wild thing that you haven't imagined before. We do it, but we don't do it since it's fun to imagine things. I don't know, for me it's fun, because you know what they say, like about anime. They say, you know, people, adults always bash on. I remember this Nepalese guys. He was my friend. He always bashed, why are you watching, you know, a cartoon? You're an adult. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Who cares? Like, if I want to watch it, I'll watch it. Like, it's fun. Like, you know, those type of Dragon Ball Z. I used to watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z. It's fun. Kamehameha. You know, if you think about it, a lot of. But see, here's the thing. The one who succeed in life also use imagination. You know, entrepreneur. They have to innovate. That's kind of like in imagination, right? And if you think about it, you know, Ryan Higa, he's basically an adult or something like that, but he still he bring his creativity into his video. You know, it doesn't have to be like, creativity can be also comedy if you think about it. You know, and if you think about creativity, Ryan Higa also have video of, you know, Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that, or yeah, more like Naruto. But it's fun to watch, right? Because he used his part of his imagination. Now, and you guys like to be entertained by that, right? So that's part of imagination. Whether you think it's right or wrong, it's still fun to watch. Now, when it comes to adult, people tend to like don't to enjoy themselves. They like to do things that not. They call it busy, but being busy is not being productive. There's a difference, right? Being productive has to use also your imagination. You know, how are you going to do this and write the idea down? You know, imagination. But being busy for the sake of being busy, that's not. I mean, if you're being busy, but you're not getting anywhere you wanted to go, that's not. Because being productive is about. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about imagination, but I'm also about being productive. If you're being productive, right? It's about getting where you want to go and you get results. That's what it's mean. So imagine. So now I'm gonna imagine that I'm going to turn into Gohan, or not Gohan. Super Saiyan. I think I got it. Okay, let me do it. I am a Super Saiyan. Side note.